All right. Wednesday, April 23rd. Welcome, guys, to another New York opening stream. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting session. We have the first red folder of the week for the US dollar, 9:45, so in 30 minutes from now. Potentially some volatility coming into the markets. And we already had some crazy moves this week. So let's discuss this. I will go over the whole watch list, the entire watch list on the right side. See which one looks nice for today. And as always, let's start with the dollar. And if you look at the dollar right now, we're still at yearly fair value gap. So one time frame lower, we had that new week opening gap. Right here, we moved there, we had that crazy gap, and overnight, if you're not sure why that gap was, what I understand is that from the US, there was two news things coming out. One is that they're gonna ease on China, but it's good for the tariffs, for the trade wars, all that stuff. And the other thing is that Trump said he is not gonna mess with Powell, Jerome Powell, the boss of the Fed. So that was, I think, the reason why we gapped up so aggressively. And today, what we did during the previous session, the normal session, is we tapped into this overlapping 4-hour and 1 hour fair value gap. And before reacting to that, so I still have a bullish bias on Nasdaq. I'm not sure it did the perfect price action to be bullish. But I think I'm anticipating price to move higher from this. Low-hanging fruit target for that would be the gap high and this 4-hour bearish fair value gap where we could trade towards. And obviously, if dollar goes higher, it means the USD pairs will go lower. So I'm going to maybe hunt for some shorts on the USD pairs. And ideally, Euro US dollar. There is a target, what we could reach on the Euro US dollar. That is this weekly bullish fair value gap, which I'm pretty eager to short towards. Where from is then a question. Well, I see here a small 4-hour fair value gap which we have tagged. There's another one above there. We don't need to come here based on my analysis on dollar. We don't need to come back. It will be if we go lower one more time and then go higher. So I'm gonna keep an eye on potential sell structure on the dollar, on the USD pairs. We have news. It could be that the news is gonna be the new driver. That's for the dollar pairs. APY I'm still neutral on. Yeah, it's just not my section I like too much. Just gonna leave JPY pairs alone. And probably all your questions are about the indices. My bias on indices higher time frame is higher. I had it yesterday. I missed this move upwards. We gapped up as well, so a massive up move. That means I'm looking for longs. Well, same question. If you look for longs, are you going to long right here? Or are you going to refine your entry more? And that's what I'm gonna do. There are a few areas I like. This 4-hour fair value gap, the new day opening gap could be nice to long from. We also, after today, have a massive volume imbalance here, which in my opinion, we are going to rebalance before going to the highs. My prediction in the coming weeks, we're just gonna take out everything here. We're gonna start a buy model. So my bias is first lower than higher for today. And I'm gonna trade accordingly on the lower time frame. So I could see a sell model coming in from the open to then around 10:30 start a buy model. That would be something I'll be interested in. And in the meantime, please share in the chat if you have pairs you want me to look at. I'm gonna continue with the cat pairs. Quickly check if there was news on cat. On Friday. Oh, so if 9:45 news is significant. No, okay. cat pairs. Weekly bullish for value gap. This is in line with the bullish bias on the dollar. No. Euro cat, G cat. Not too nice. I think we will go high on the cat pairs. No, not that. Cool. I also took a pre-open short on the DAX. Let me see where it is right now. I think it's in drawdown right now. Yeah, so my idea is very simple for both the indices. First lower, just like NASDAQ. I'm not sure what happened there. One sec, my trading view snapped. I'm gonna restart my trading view. I'm gonna tell what I wanted to do. I think pre-open or around the open, I think we're gonna have a small sell-off and then go higher. So I'm trading that same direction on the DAX. And don't worry, trading view is now coming up again. I can put up the screen again, and we should be good. Not sure why it's not showing right now. Cool, I think it's back. Hold on. There we go. My bad for the technical issues. There we go. Okay. So I see that we potentially can go lower at the open and then go higher. And I'm going to use that same idea in a short on the DAX, shorting towards this area basically. The new day opening gap. See if I have a nice color for this. Ooh, that's some purple color. Yeah. Well, this is the area I want to short towards. Shorting in a bullish price move is, of course, the low probability thing to do. So keep in mind, if you think, hey, this is a nice idea, you are trading counter order flow. So ideally, shorting to the TP point and then longing from there is the game plan. If I get stopped out here, perfectly fine, mid -1, and I'm gonna hunt for the longs again. But it would make the most sense if we retrace from here. We then continue the up move. Cool. 25 people here. Let's drop a like button, guys. Drop the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. Actually posted a pretty long course on YouTube yesterday. I think that's all you need to start making money. And talking about start making money, if you are in crypto, I think you are in for a treat the coming weeks. In my understanding, this looks to me like a market maker buy model. So I might also take some intraday trades on Bitcoin very soon. It means I'm going to wait for the retracement towards one of these daily value gaps. It would be awesome. Yeah, and for the rest of the pairs, you might wonder, like, hey, why is the watch list so small? Like, usually it's bigger than that. That's because on the higher time frame, most pairs don't look very nice. GHF doesn't look nice. I'm not too fan of the NCD pairs and the AUD pairs currently. I think they will go lower. I have a lower bias, but how we deliver there, you guys know I like to see for value gap displacements. It's not here in this price action. So then I'm good with being okay with the bias. So turtle soup towards here is already completed. So yes, the bias is good, awesome, but this is not my model. None of the time frames. And it's fine. That's fine. Missing a move with that, that's totally fine. Same with AUD. Probably will go into this weekly value gap very soon. But also same thing here. It was not my model, so I skipped it. If we now, from this point, there's one exception to this, and I'm maybe gonna add it to the list if that happens. If this is kept open, so we have failure swings here. If we now trade back higher this session, or even dare to take out some of this buy side liquidity and then start breaking lower, probably on Tuesday or Friday, I'm down for shorting. But for now, it's not my cup of tea. Gold is coming in an interesting area as well. Approaching a daily for value gap. Nice, and we are almost open. And remember with taking positions, we have news coming in. First, and I think only red folder. We have so little red folders this week. Oh no, I was lying. One more. I'm sorry. One more. Is Bitcoin again aiming for 100K? I think we'll like crush 100K in my opinion. Yes. If you see how many, like I'm not a crypto guru or anything, but what I see happening is big institutions are buying hundreds of millions, not a few ones, but hundreds of millions off the books, like off chain, which doesn't reflect in price. And at some point, just like happens from, let's say, the 30 to the 60K range or the 60 to the 100K range, at one go, it just goes. it just goes, like there's no stopping it. Cool. Let's see potential SMT here at the highs. If this high is taken. ES on the right, NASDAQ on the left. Yes, there's a yes. My eyes are going to this high for a potential SMT, and then retracing lower. So I'm expecting a bearish open, then long after retracement. Let's see if we get that. A potential entry on NASDAQ will be closer to 10 a.m. after news probably as well. GBP USD. All right, let's take a look. Well, as you know, I have a neutral to bullish bias on the dollar right now. I think we can see some form of retracement towards these areas, back to the 100 maybe. But it means I have a short-term bias lower for the USD pairs, but I want to see lower from certain areas. For example, for GU, that's what you asked. I think going lower from these areas would make more sense. I have a massive rejection during the Asian session, I guess. Yeah, during the open actually, yeah. So this is where most beginners fail. Like they think, okay, dollar is moving, everything's moving, I need to be in here. But this piece of price action on the 1 hour, here is where now people are going to the 1 and 5 minutes. And if you do that, if you go in a higher time consolidation into a lower time frame, nothing will hold. Your PD raise won't hold. Keep that in mind. You should avoid. I think trading this London session was not a high probability. That has to do with the hourly consolidation. Let's say go back to the start of London at 2. You can't convince me that you think this was a high probability. Why? We have a 1 hour bullish value gap here. We have a 1 hour bearish value gap here. And we were right in between, just ping-ponging between it. When you see that, it's most obvious that we're just gonna do nothing. And you see we did that. So know when not to trade could be a nice kill. No SMT, we're going higher. Yo, Gino, good morning. Good morning. Great to see you. Cool. So yeah, it's waiting for, in my opinion, for a retracement. If we're just going to push higher again, just like yesterday, well, then it's just no entry and sitting on our hands for the rest of the session. But I'm okay with. Maybe news will do that in 10 minutes. Hey, David John, good morning. Morning. Cool, so the music flowing, we are open in, again, a crazy volatile environment. That's nice. Usually these crazy environments come with the classic red folders, but since Trump started with the tariff stuff, it's been pretty wild. But now we are at the 1 minute, guys, and I really want to emphasize, like, go higher time frame and look for your entries inside the higher time frame levels. You have here an overlapping 1 and 4 hour for value gap. This could be an area where you could trade from. Or here, do the opening gap. And that is where I think most beginner traders, but also experienced traders still mess up, is don't using the other time frames. Just staring blindly at the 1 and 5 minutes and just hoping for the best. But your draws on liquidities are on the higher time frames. And then once we hit those areas, you see here on the yellow boxes is the 1 and 4 hour value gaps. The areas where you can look for reactions or continuations, and you can even use it as a draw on liquidity. So if you're a scalper, for example, I'm not trading this guy, so this is not the real. Don't copy trade. You're gonna lose all your money copying me. Don't do it. Never do it. Let's say you take a trade from here. The value gap. This is how I try to determine my bias every single day. I just go to a higher time frame. Try to find my point of interest, a higher time frame, and then I'm chilling at the lower time frame with you guys. What can I say about gold? Well, gold is in a pretty decent down move. What I can say about gold, which I saw a few minutes ago. Well, again, practice what you preach. Higher time frame. After this week, we have a weekly bullish value gap. After this month, in 7 days, nothing on the monthly, I have the daily value gaps marked out. So right here, well, this is the big one, of course, massive one. These would be my point of interest. Well, there's a big push, massive push. There wasn't even news yet. That's insane. So I took a loss on this one. That's the risk of shorting a bullish move. That's insane. I was actually expecting these kind of scenarios at 9:45, but probably some news came out. Let's see what we now do. I was just waiting. Yeah, it could be the speaker, yeah. Probably said something very bullish. The goal to reach the daily for value gap. We have news coming in 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Some bullish. Yeah, many trades liquidated, me included. I got stopped out on my deck short. Well, let's see what the news brings us in 30 seconds. Yeah, I still have a slightly bearish bias on this session. Look, wouldn't surprise me if we go lower at the news. That again has to do with that there are literally levels we need to hit first before going higher. So taking in early buyers before then selling off. I think that could be the game plan. Let's see what the news brings us. Yeah, it's very simple. If you're not in, then I'll just recommend to just wait. It feels like a coloring, like a children's book. Let me clean this up for you guys. Here we go. Here we go. And so this idea is off the table. I want to short towards it to then long. Well, maybe later, but for now it isn't. My eyes are going to this. See how the bodies, if the bodies respect, otherwise we just have a little turtle soup off these highs. Then break down lower. See how the bodies close here. Yes is already at yesterday's high. Nasdaq is not. the whole way how we moved up, it feels so sus. It feels so suspect to me. Like if we go higher, I just don't trust this move up yet. Very curious what we'll do this session. I still have lower bias. Obviously, the market tells me I'm wrong on that. So then it's just a question or a matter of following the PD race. Well, there goes the dollar. So from this point, it could be a very nice trade idea to just try to find later in the week, try to find a short idea towards the weekly bullish value gap here on GU. Or on the EU, I mean. ICT reported on Telegram that this feels like a bull trap. I don't know he had a Telegram. I honestly didn't know. Oh yeah, I see. Cool. Yeah, in your development, try to limit your exposure to groups. And of course, ICT is a pretty decent trader. Obviously, he teaches the concepts, but in general, try to like limit your information flow. You want to like focus on what would you do. Well, there's some energy. Yeah, look at how the bodies are respected here. Shorts are definitely on the cards, in my opinion. Let's see how we respect this 5 minutes value gap. We have a nice session on our hands, guys. Very interesting price action. But keep in mind at 10 a.m., this is your point of reference. So we have an S&P currently at the yesterday's high. So Nasdaq did not take out yesterday's high. Ideally, you want this. If bullish order flow remains, you want to see this. If we're going to the lower targets as a retracement play, you want this to fail and be used as support and then go lower. Let's see in 5 minutes what we have there. All right, new 1 hour candle incoming. Let's see what we get. What a price action, guys. Wow. Yeah, this is price action currently, which is not very tradable. I think you would agree with that. Gun to my head, I would say we're still going lower. Keep in mind, we're very bullish. Very bullish. Similar for the DAX. Yeah, there is a significant SMT, Sandeep. I see that as well. Yeah, euro dollar is a very nice move down right now. The dollar is approaching the 4-hour value gap. I'm currently just chilling. Anticipating potential like lower price coming in for the indices. Now just consolidating, so there's nothing to do. Can I break down how to read your US dollar? Yeah, sure. So the reason I was anticipating potential shorts on the dollar or on the US dollar because I had a bullish bias on the DXY. So in London, went over this 4-hour future value gap. I was like, hey, we could target this low-hanging fruit and this. If DXY goes higher, I want to go lower for your US dollar. Same time frame. We have a 4-hour value gap here, 4-hour value gap here. Ideally, I'm not in this. I was actually waiting for this one to be tagged in. From that point, this was at 5. Start breaking down lower. We have here a 5 minutes for value or 50 minutes for value gap. As well, and you could even go lower. This one, you then go lower. But the drop came before the open already. Right here, 9:30. That's the drop. That's how I anticipated price potentially going lower, but I'm not in. So from this point, if you want to go to the target, might keep an eye out for this for value gap to perhaps play this. Oh no, I didn't have a long bias, to be honest. No. But in general, I think I'm staying out of this price action for now. I would love to catch a short here on the DEX. Yeah, a recommendation from my side: stay out if you're not in, and wait for later when price is less consolidating. Just follow for value gaps, and there's no value gaps here. Well, we have some life in team shorts. So once we start displacing lower, follow for value gaps. Make it yourself. Please follow for value. Don't take the first value gap down. It's most of the time not the best strategy, but just follow the value gaps. And we've waited for a while, so that's maybe we get rewarded for patience. So here on euro dollar, this could be an area of interest we're in right now. Oil made a sharp move. I think all the assets made a very sharp move, but yeah. Fireworks on the charts today. Let me check on oil. Oh yeah, there's a massive displacement. Yeah, you're right. Follow different value gaps. See what they do. Follow the fair value gaps, guys. Have a target. This could potentially also be a nice move for Bitcoin the rest of the week. Try to maybe frame a long setup towards this high. Not today, but it will be after today. Would be nice. Well, now you see a move higher. So the current fair value gaps are not respected, hinting that we're maybe not going lower yet. Also, not being in the market right now could be maybe the best strategy you can do. If you are low expectations, if you take more losses than usual, it makes sense. It's very volatile. My game plan is I'm gonna hunt for potential short still. Looking more towards the DEX, to be honest. I just cannot unsee this beautiful purple area. But that can also be maybe later this week. Don't want to overstay my welcome in this area. If we want to go higher, we're gonna higher. We're gonna go higher. This current candle doesn't look to me that we want to go lower, but it means just higher prices. Cool. All right. I'll leave the stream on for a few more minutes. Game plan for the rest of the session is sitting on my hands, probably. And you're looking at the euro dollar. The indices are not my cup of tea, guys. So in the meantime, while you wait on price to do anything, you can go back to that. You can go study. I just released a 3-hour course on YouTube with the trading pyramid in it and entry models, funding guides, all that stuff. And there was another video coming in into the weekend. And yeah, that's everything I have to share for today. Cool. Thanks you all for tuning in every Wednesday here on YouTube. I'm gonna try to make some money. Well, today I did not make any money with the current price action, and that's normal. It can happen. Cool. So yeah, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. If you like today, learn something today, leave a W in the chat, and later.